Yo, good evening, SpeedGaming. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer Open Playoffs. We are into the conference semifinals. Had to think about that one a little bit. This is a long-awaited Game 3 between the Underachievers and Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us. We've got GFE and Sabo Tender for the Underachievers with Maya and DM and Norsk Maddie over on Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us. Big game tonight, though. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined by Leo with Valeity and Relkin on the tracking. Hello, Leo.
Hey, Jesse. We've been trying to do this for a hot minute now, and it seems like the sickness is going around because we had to postpone one match because of one of the runners being sick, and I know you and I are both still coming off of feeling like nasty.
Yeah, seasonal crud is a thing, people, but here's the important thing. Tonight, we're playing co-op Randomizer with starting boots. And there is a very important prize on the line tonight. Leo, what's the prize of this race?
A lifetime supply of randomizer seeds?
Nice, but I think our runners might be a little bit more interested in the other one.
I definitely didn't think that was that important. You're talking about the promotion, right? The invitational promotion.
Yeah, the winner of tonight's race does move into the conference finals, and all 4 conference finals teams will receive an invite into next season's Invitational League. Now, for the Underachievers, that is a return to the Invitational. Unfortunately, last season, they were one of the relegated teams. Fred Was Supposed to Carry Us. It would be their first chance to get into the Invitational League, so definite value there for them as well.
Absolutely. And I have to say, you know, this is kind of the Game 3, right? Like, because of that, you know, both of these teams have battled their way through the rest of the Crystal Conference to get to where we are right now, and they've had quite a slog to get to where they are. This has not been an easy situation for either of these teams to get to this. Oh gosh, is this the conference semifinals?
Yeah. Just to go through their roads here, both these teams were division winners. But Underachievers did win a series against Where's My Meme Item last round in 3 games, while Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us also won a 3-game series against Pass the Picanha. And I gotta admit, Meme Item and Picanha are 2 scary teams. So, shout outs to both those teams for getting to where they did. Now, in terms of the early game here, I will say, big find for Maddie with that vanilla sword on the uncle.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's be real here, like, Randomizer Escape is a scary situation. Having this sword makes it pretty free, and I'll even throw out there, like, he has ether as well, so just being able to freeze anything he wants with that sword is nice. But I will throw out, my Indium and Sabo both have a hammer on their end, so they're not weaponless.
No, GFE is the one who is without the weapon right now. He was kind of following along with my Indium, but it looks like they kind of had a split up.
No dying. But yeah, no, definitely had a split up. And let's just call it like it is here. If there is a runner out of these 4 that is incredibly comfortable with the Randomizer situation, it's gonna be GFE. The man literally put in his title screen best mode. So
yeah, this is very much the GFE special. He wants this mode. He loves this mode. So he is very happy to be playing Randomizer tonight. It was definitely a big question. Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us did have the pick for Game 3. And, you know, the question became, you know, do they go and try to fight into GFE's wheelhouse here? Because out of all these runners, I would say he is probably our strongest Randomizer runner here. Isn't to say that I will point out, Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us are a bunch of practice degens. I've seen them practicing almost nightly, it feels like, and it just, they want this a lot. Like, they have put in the work these playoffs to get to this point.
Yeah, they definitely have, and it's been wild and so fun to see, like from our end, like to see the growth of the team, if that makes sense. Like we know Garrison was in mentor tournament, like that 2020 class, which I know you weren't technically part of, but you're basically an honorary person anyway. Honorary 2020 mentee. Like,
I will say, Garrison mentioning, actually, I was wrong. Edwin Spocarius was the low seed. My bad.
Oh, well, either way, like, this is, you know, it's fun to kind of continue on. Like, it's fun to see the growth that we've seen from, you know, the team and the, how do I want to say it? The rapport they have with one another. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
Like the camaraderie.
Also, we do have Dark World access across our teams. Mindiem and Maddie both had that glove hammer. GFE did find that pearl in Mini Moldorm Cave, so easy Dark World access there for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of, like, I want to shout out for a moment that he got that pearl with just bombs. Like, the man, he does not have an actual weapon, and he just took care of all the shadows with bombs.
Yeah, no, that is a tough room to take out with out a sword or a hammer, and you know, he did have to go through almost a whole 10 bombs. Like, right. Not fun, but he did get the job done.
I think I caught really quickly that Sabo, who's, you know, GFE's teammate here, has a very different file select name, where GFE is like best mode. You've got Sabo, who's very admitting game 3 nerves, just straight up I'm nervous.
I mean, this is not an easy mode to get through, and the fact that you don't have a sword going into some of this stuff, like, you're gonna have a time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just a scary situation, and I mean, we see, like, Sabo's trying to rush this pearl to get this Dark World access. This is smart. But the longer they put off that vanilla sword at the uncle on Underachievers side, the little bit harder this seed could be. I have to imagine we're going to see my Endgame going pretty quickly to get that sword.
Yeah, and we didn't get anything else really out of Escape, so no big, like, reasons to hit everything else. We do see GFE, though, into Dark World. I caught a Thieves Town Red Crystal, Green Pendant Ice, Pendant Swamp, Red Crystal also at Mire.
That's correct, yeah. So, with that then, yeah, so I believe then, I don't know what I was going to say. I'm sorry, my brain started and then it just said, no, we're done.
I'm kind of hoping the hookshot's a little obvious in this one. For anybody who saw Ed was supposed to carry us last round against Picanha. We did have some shenanigans on my and DM side where he tried to do no hookshot for that whole seed, knowing where it was.
Yeah, it's definitely like a scary situation to have a Pendant Swamp in such a massive race like this. GFE taking the Death Warp, and did you see the Samaria in Hype Cave?
Very nice.
Oh baby, and half magic. Best safety in the game. Alright, well, we've got my Endgame over here in the eastern area, which I don't recall seeing on Underachievers side. I have to imagine this dip of Pendant Eastern isn't going to last super long, having just gotten the Pearl knowledge from Maddie.
Yeah, I mean, this play independent Eastern's not terrible. It's a little cautious, I think, at this point. Like, you guys got Dark World access. I'm kind of surprised we're not rushing it.
Right.
We also get that cape over on Sabo's side, even if that's not required for anything. Nice safety to have in Randomizer for sure.
Did you just see what my Indian pulled? The man just
vanilla
pulled a bow.
I mean, we need a bow.
That's
Regardless
a nasty bow.
Regardless of the Randomizer, we do need that bow to beat Eastern, or sorry, Palace of Darkness today. That is a crystal pod, which will require the bow to get. Bumper ledge is nothing, so not anything lost for Ed if they do not get that.
Now, I won't lie. I would have thought, and you can tell me how you think about this. If I'm Myendium in this case, I just pulled a bow. I have hammer. I know where my moon pearl is. I don't know that I would be continuing past that right side check in Eastern. I feel like I would want to go ahead and get my moon pearl and then potentially head over towards pod. And maybe leave the rest of moving on here, like the left-hand side through the big chest. But I'm curious your take on that.
I think the fact of the matter is like, okay, so Myendium's leaving now. I think he's got a little bit more information from Maddie. And the other thing I would point out is you just don't have a, like, I don't know, do you really want to go into a dungeon?
I mean,
with the possibility of not being able to kill the boss?
That's a good point. I honestly had a moment of forgetting that, you know,
and
you
Dark
could
Pod
very easily... Yeah, you could very easily have a Trinex in there. You could have an Argus, both of which are not going to be beatable. You could have a Vidi, and at this point in time with their setup, like, yeah, you have a bow, and yeah, you're going to get a half magic, but it's still not great. I can see not wanting to...
I'll also point out, GFE found a hook shot, and I thought I saw he found a lamp in Voodoo.
I want to say that hook shot was not Skull Woods, but Chess Game, I think. Yeah, Relkin, one of our lovely trackers for the evening, confirming it was in fact the Chess Game, and then lamp in VOO in Sea House.
Yeah.
So
if he's going to go to the back, we do not have the ability to be cold.
No, but, you know, being able to come back here, did...
Yeah, he despawned it.
Oh. That sucks. Yeah, that unfortunately is a thing that can happen sometimes, where the game is like, no, there's too much going on, I don't like it, and it's just like, oh hey, you wanted an item or a key? Nah. You don't get anything.
That sword just pays out more dividends, honestly, for Ed.
It really does. And yeah, just without that sword, having to deal with hookshot, like, it's really, really nice that, like, you know, or I should say really, like, GFE is doing a pretty bang-up job without a sword, but it's still, like, that Hellway is still nasty regardless.
Well, and honestly, that Hellway would have been a lot better with that sword. It was, I would say, roughly dashable.
Yeah,
like that
honestly
looked fairly dashable for him if he had the sword.
And I saw him trying to hook the thief to try and stun the thief. In Randomizer, typically the thieves will be killable, but apparently, and this is new knowledge for me, apparently not stunnable.
No, they are not a stunnable enemy for sure. That hookshot strategy was pretty good. It did get him kind of down low enough that it didn't matter anymore.
Right.
So it was a smart play. Unfortunately, like the Stalfos Knights dropping from the ceiling, not as manageable.
No, really not. All right, kind of looking back over at Ed's side here, we do see Myandium kind of following where Sabo had earlier, getting that cape, but does have the sword to his name. Maddie following more alongside what GFE had, but also with the sword. We'll see if he ends up going to the back end, if he is more successful with, you know, having the sword to be able to dash through.
I think Maddie's probably looking at a leave here. I mean, he's down to 1 heart. I would not want to try to go through the front of or the back of Thieves at this rate.
No,
see what we can get. We're also getting a Paradox Cave from Sabo. And yeah, there's the Death Warp from Maddie.
And there's our second bow in Paradox 5. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ed very likely going to get that silver arrow situation. It's possible that if that's Maddie's first bow, he might dip Eastern. He might not. I would be inclined to get it, but I could very easily see Underachievers skipping those silvers for them in the first chest of Eastern.
What I'll say in terms of whether or not we see or get the silvers, like, I think Myandium has a good reason to at this rate, although there didn't seem there was anything else for Sabo. But for Maddie, like, what it comes down to is, does he find a mirror before doing it?
Right.
Before doing pod. Like, if you get that mirror and do pod, yeah, I think there's great reason to believe he gets the silvers out of that first chest.
Or even a flute at this point would not be terrible, but the mirror makes it a lot easier. The big question mark there is a mirror even going to show up? We have a pendant swamp.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I think there's good enough reason to believe that if we don't find the mirror, then there's reason to believe Maddie doesn't. But I mean, you give Maddie that mirror, and I just don't see a way for him to not go for it.
No, I agree. Speaking of finding things on the mountain, Sabo did just pull his mitts from the map chest here in Tower of Hera. So I mean, we're gonna have a Dark Death Mountain incoming pretty quickly afterwards. If I'm in their situation, you know, I'm gonna try and blind open, especially since you don't have a mirror yet, blind open TR, hope that it's Ether.
Unfortunately, that is not an option for Sabo.
Why not?
No sword.
Oh, you're so right. I totally neglected to remember that. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, neither of Underachievers yet have still gotten that sword from Uncle. So, yeah, that's a really good point, Jesse. I did not even think about that.
Meanwhile, Maddie clearing out his own Paradox Cave, gonna get his first bow. And no reason for Maddie not to continue. Here's the thing. I will say there's some efficiency for Underachievers here. There's no way that they are worried about the TR open at this rate. So, like, if I'm Sabo, I'm going down Super Bunny, or sorry, down Spiral, and then just going in at the bottom of DDM. There's no reason for him to even try to climb back up right now.
Yeah, no, you're
Maddie, he can find himself kind of making both plays. You know, going back down, going back up to see if he can even open. Because realistically, if we find a Fire Rod soon, what stops Ed to try and go for the kill or the TR clear?
A vanilla Trinex.
Yeah, you're still trying.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Like, you can still go. Also, Sabo's really, like, going for it against this Vidi. This is not an easy fight to deal with. It's not an easy
No.
fight at their health level. It's not an easy fight with their equipment level. This is just not... This is not easy.
You should have enough arrows to get through this.
As I say, Sabo's doing a really great job here.
Meanwhile, GFE not far behind. Okay, Sabo through.
And with exactly enough arrows.
Whew.
Takes him down. Well done, dude.
Oh, thanks for the compass on.
Ooh. I'm pretty certain that means that there's an item in the basement. I'm pretty sure we saw the map in the upstairs lobby, the compass chest, and we got the small key from the big chest, so I'm pretty sure there's an item in the basement.
Good chance of that.
Now, I want to point out something. So, GFE does not have a sword, but if you notice, he was kind of like his Geno sprite is, you know, strafing, and that's because you can still kind of do the holding out a sword motion. You just don't have to deal with the sparkle or the charge up.
Unfortunately, GFE is out of arrows. Is going to have to switch to hammer strats. Good cleanup.
Really good cleanup. Well done. Alright, we get the information that it is Bombos today for the TR entry, so we do not have... we're going to be on a little bit of a medallion hunt here. Maddie here, you see, we've got that fighter sword to be able to do at least a little bit of spins, and a ton more hearts, it feels like. Good grief.
Yeah, Edwis Boscarius definitely has been playing the safety game a little bit stronger.
And it's hard, like, I wonder how much of that is a comfort level thing, how much of it is just a, hey, it's reasonably convenient, just go ahead and grab it. Is it a not communicating, like, heart pieces and heart containers as much on Underachievers side? There's a lot of different answers to that, I feel like. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe either of the Underachievers went for Hera Basement.
Nope. And I don't think either Underachiever did Spiral Cave.
No, GFE did go down Spiral
GFE
Cave.
did, okay.
Yeah, so, Sabo went up, or went across over to Turtle Rock entry to go to Darkton Mountain. GFE went down Spiral, and then it looks like saved and quit to Mountain to come over to do, Spike Cave.
And we're going to get that basement from Maddie, so he's kind of clearing up the question marks there.
Yeah, if there's something here, like if this is a mirror, that's gonna be really rough.
Nothing in Spike Cave.
I feel like I'm like holding my breath right now, and I shouldn't be. Like this, like the chance of anything being in Hera Basement. Like, let's be real here. Like, we know it's an item, but there's so many various items it could be. This could be nothing. It could be something.
Was that fire?
It's the fire rod.
Oh, that's a... I don't want to call daggers, Slayo, but dang, that is a rough find. And not a good position for the Underachievers already.
No, with both of them having been in Hera and neither of them doing the basement, And that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'd be curious your opinion on that because I know me. If it's a co-op situation for us, like
Somebody's got to do it.
somebody has to do it, right? But also, I can 100% see in Underachievers' brains, like, if it's Hera Basement, we're just gonna take the loss. Like, if it's Hera Basement, we just say, screw it, we lose. Like, it's a slow check. We've got other things we can do. Like, I get it. But in a co-op scenario, I don't know, man. Oh, that's rough. GFE, the first to pull silver arrows. Very honestly surprised to see GFE here in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, I like the divide here for Underachievers at this point. You know, they've got to hit different stuff a little bit. They both got those mids. It made a lot of sense to go for what they did.
And apparently Chad is saying that there is a mirror here in Pod. In the Dark U room.
I can trust Chad. I did not catch it on my NDM screen. But I'm guessing I'll see it from Sabo shortly.
I was gonna say, GF, my Indium did just quick swap to it, so he definitely has a mirror. Well, that's really convenient for Maddie to be able to get those silvers pretty quick, like we were mentioning before, you know? Man, what a rude Stealthos basement and pod. I was gonna say, Maddie, I don't think you're gonna be able to get back. Yeah, and Ralkin pointing out Sabo's gonna very easily be able to get those silvers as well. By just taking that mirror after the fact and going for it. And it does look like GFE is going to go ahead and continue on. I believe he pulled a vanilla big key. And there is an item here on Helmasaur in Eastern Palace, so he's going to beat this dungeon regardless of the fact that it's a pendant.
I mean, he's got some good movement through there in the that dark room.
Yeah, he really is, I feel like, showing his just comfort in Randomizer. You know, I feel like there's a lot of us that we have our little habits for room by room things, and when the enemies are different, it kind of throws off our habits. But GFE is very much just saying, you know what? Like, this is what I enjoy. This level of randomization. Forget your room grinds. I get to jam and have fun and shuffle all the enemies and make myself, you know, look good doing it. By the way, we had a vanilla Helma.
Yeah, both of our Helmas are Eastern Pod area, so very nice. I will say, one thing that's really nice for Underachievers here is that mirror, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That mirror does give them a great opportunity to get back to Hera. Like, that's the kind of out they needed right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And there it is, that dark U check. And Sabo's kind of on the scary end here, at half a heart. But if I recall correctly, we did see my Indium had taken a death in the back of pod in Harmless Hellway, which was not so harmless. Oh no. Having to wait out the spark there on Sabo's side.
I mean, strong. He's getting through. He got to the chest as needed. Luckily, that red guard did not try to poke him. And he's all good.
And yeah, instead of using that newly picked up mirror, even though red mail's kind of it sucks to have to do, but like go ahead bombing himself to get that death warp.
I think he would have been better off probably going into the dark maze again to take the death, but
probably. I feel like you're about to have a coughing fit, which I literally just muted for. Folks, get your vitamins and make sure you're staying healthy, because seasonal crud sucks. Anyway. Whoa. I feel like we're aging ourselves here, Relkin, a little bit, but also more Ovaltine, please.
no, we've all just been watching Christmas Story too much.
Okay, so can I story time for a moment?
Leo, are you about to tell me you've never actually watched A Christmas Story?
No. I absolutely have. No. So, I can't remember what channel it is that does it, but there's one channel that on Christmas Day literally plays A Christmas Story on repeat. Just full on
That's
repeat.
why I said that.
Right.
That's why I brought it up, is that people were watching it all day.
Yeah. So my stepdad is one of those people who literally will watch nothing else but A Christmas Story, and we make fun of him every year for it.
No, we watch it all. We watch it every year. We just don't see different parts of it at different times during the day.
So, and that's just it. Like, it ends up being different things because he'll be up and, taking care of whatever, whatever's being made for Christmas dinner. Like, he'll be taking care of that. But it's always so funny because we'll just poke fun at him and call him, Ralphie, and just, again, it's very silly. It's just fun little family things. I think on the other side, is it ABC Family, which I think has a different name now, used to do a Harry Potter marathon every Halloween and every Christmas. And my mom and I would want to play that one instead.
Meanwhile, we do have Mayan DM into Hera handling his business. Maddie taking down Pa the rest of the way, so that'll be a second dungeon for each of them. As both GFE and Sabo are taking down Helma for their second dungeons. But that Fire Rod sword is the big difference right now, folks, for Ed was supposed to carry us.
Yeah, Underachievers very much need to get to the front of Escape, to get to Uncle specifically, to get that sword. I'm just surprised we haven't seen another sword show up.
And my NDM continues to eat lightning.
Yeah, but he also has red mail. He's got silvers to take out Viddy. He just doesn't care. He's like, whatever, man.
There we go. 3 crystals all at the same time between GFE, Sabo, and my NDM. I gotta point out, GFE just burned through that dungeon.
Oh, yeah. Which, part of that is definitely good communication on Sabo's end to say, like, hey, here are the things you need, right? Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, no, he just rushed a boss.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he had to do right side, so it was an easy play to go to get right side and get that big key, small key combo on right.
Right. Alright, well, that works out, I suppose, yeah. Alright, well, Sabo getting his silvers and saying bye!
And I gotta believe Maddie's going to do the same here momentarily.
Oh, yeah. No, I would be hard-pressed why not. Okay, so I I have to think here. So if I'm my Indium and Maddie, right? If Ed was supposed to carry us, you have Fire Rod, you have Sword, you have, I'm pretty sure my Indium has mitts. I could be wrong. They were just in the front
If
of
my
this
idea
dungeon.
missed them, I'd be shocked.
Yeah. If you're them, though, like, if your Ed was supposed to carry us, I have to imagine that, like, Skullwood's Thieves Town is your next set of plays, yes?
Yeah, I mean, the Fire Rod gives you that Thieves boss now. It also gives you Skull. Easy choices.
Yeah. And with that mirror, if they happen to pull Flipper somewhere along here, like, you can go into Penance Swamp.
Leo.
It's not fun, but you can.
Leo.
Yeah. What? Hi.
Why?
It's a thing! What else do they have to do? They don't have a bombos, they don't have a flute.
Clearly the answer's coming up soon.
Clearly, GFE is about to get a sword. Right after Sabo had to do the slow version of Hammer Pegs.
It's a sword now.
And GFE is like, freaking finally. Like, 36 minutes in. Game is playable. Boots and a sword. Oh, that's rude. There was a bush enemy, and the enemy was a spike.
That sounds like Randomizer to me.
Yeah? Yeah, it sure does. Okay, so GFE is going to go ahead and just race through the front of Escape, which we know is nothing. I don't recall if there was anything in Dark Cross that Ed was supposed to carry us skipped. Or
Yeah, unfortunately I missed it on Maddie's side.
Right. I really just don't remember at all.
I mean, he did it in the dark, and I thought he was trying for it because of that Death Warp and the Ether Medallion he had.
Right. I do remember that part now.
Meanwhile, we are getting those mirror checks, and that is a Bombos medallion for Sabo Tender. We got TR.
Alrighty, well, and here's the thing. Sabo technically still doesn't have TR because Sabo doesn't have a sword, but that's...
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. Is this... Oh, okay, this is still getting the purple chest turned in.
Yeah.
On Sabo's side. I was like, what?
Poor Moldorm.
I'm scared.
Well, me and I'm just bullying him.
I mean, let's be real here. He deserves it.
Moldorm tried his best. Exactly.
Shoutouts to Purple Chest Sword, by the way.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. So, that's gross. Like, that's just a really gross second sword.
I mean, I gotta assume that somebody from Ed's gonna get it because realistically, you're doing 45 into it. And nice Hellway dash for Maddie there. Like I said, that sword does make a huge difference in that room.
It really does. Yeah, if I'm Ed was supposed to carry us, I have to imagine, my Indium's gonna finish cleaning up Skull, and then likely go into Thieves himself. After Thieves, I could very easily see him taking Smith Chain down.
Interesting, we got Sabo heading right back up the mountain right now.
This can be real spicy because he's coming up via Hera.
Yeah, this looks like Hera Basement's going to be his play.
Yeah, it sure does. Oh, baby. Like this, if you were wanting, if you're an Underachievers fan, y'all, like this is exactly what you want to see. Like you want to see them clean up to get this fire rod and then move to TR and hopefully find all the go mode in TR. Like this is really, really good for Underachievers.
Yep, and here we go. Sabo is in tile room, so he's going for it.
Yep. All right, Maddie, finishing up the bottom of Thieves Town here. Just for a blue boom.
And I gotta think Maddie's gonna go for Smith Chain here. My NDM cleaned up Skull, didn't find anything, so like the next logical play is, you know, hit up Smith Chain.
And they had already done Dig Game and Stumpy, I believe. I believe Maddie went Hype Cave to the west. All right, Sabo getting that fire rod, and yeah, immediately feeling really good about this TR play because now you can do everything pending the boss, right?
I mean, the only boss is Trinex at this point.
Yeah. Counter, we have not seen one yet.
True. I mean, I'd be hoping for one at this point. Like, let's knock out something.
Okay, there's just going to be one on ice and one on the climb.
See, Leo, this is why, you know, nobody wants to play Randomizer, especially with you saying such a thing. Nobody wants that.
This is... Leoria's comms are why we can't have nice things, is what Jesse is saying. Yeah, I have to imagine that we're gonna find a decent amount here in TR. Like a
unfortunately, I think my NDM's gonna get Bombos. I don't know if he gets that sword off a purple chest.
It's hard to say.
How much is he gonna follow Maddie here, or is he just gonna rush this Bombos medallion? Given that he just got told, and he's rushing that medallion, I don't think he gets the sword now off of purple.
It could be a situation where if it's getting later in the seed, he rushes it, maybe like with a flute later on. But yeah, no. I mean, this is not something that he's going to go.
That is a 3-key front of TR, by the way.
Ew.
We can't say it's flute for no mode. We still don't know what the Meyer medallion situation is, and realistically, we still got a decent enough chance for a Trinex here, so we're probably still looking for Ice Rod.
Yeah, honestly. Maybe even flippers to get into Pendant Swamp. Oh, I didn't even realize GFE did really absolutely none of Hera minus the boss. He didn't get the big key from Basement Cage. He had to get the big key to go up and get the small key from the big chest. To then have to go back down into the basement to get the fire rod.
And chat pointing out, Maddie had I'll call it a mini meltdown there with the purple chest. He lost it, and no sword for Ed.
Oh no. Well, I mean, there's still 2 more. But also, Eek. Yeah, that's that is not something that you want to lose time on.
Yeah, and really the big thing here for Ed is the crystal advantage. We've got 4 crystals for my NDM, 3 for Maddie, to the 2 each for GFE and Sabotender. So, like, the sword disadvantage is not the biggest. The question is where those swords are, and that's where this gets scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Because at this point, you know, Underachievers, like, they don't have to hunt down another sword, right? Like,
I'd like to.
They'd want to, yeah, absolutely. But it's not required to beat the game.
I will also say this is working out a little bit better for Ed here. They're going to both be in TR at this point. And it's looking more like we know that TR is the answer at this rate. So GFE is going to have to make another mountain climb soon.
Yeah, this is definitely... I'm just waiting to see what we get in here, because so far it's been keys and a 10 arrow bundle. And I'm so nervous for Sabo right now at 1 heart.
Don't worry, he'll get there and he'll take the death right after this.
Part of me was just thinking, oh, he'll just get a refill right then and there, but yeah, no. Yeah, I would just literally drop in here. Okay. I don't mind getting the big chest there first either, because if it does happen to be a heart refill, then, you know, you save the death screen.
No, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, Ed was supposed to carry us has a buffer time right now. They've got, you know, the dungeon advantage is nice. They've got some check advantage as well besides purple chest. Like, purple chest is really unfortunate. And as chat's pointing out, like, there's just not a world where they check it even.
No, there really isn't. Okay, so we still do not have our answer here, and I don't even think we've seen a compass yet about on Sabo's side. So we don't even know what boss we're going to be handling here. We just have Laser Bridge left. Ew.
Yeah, we really don't have anything.
Well, we got a mushroom.
That's not something, Leo.
I mean, it is until it's not. Sabo, use the cape! You have it equipped! And it's an Armos Knight, so this is a beatable TR.
And we know it's an item.
We know it's an item.
Is this really mushroom?
I know, dude.
I think what I will say, like, this whole discussion on the sword, I don't disagree. I think the advantage still goes to Ed right now, but it's vanishing.
Oh,
the longer this
absolutely.
goes. The enemies have not been terrible. The bosses have worked out better for, like, decent enough that not having the sword isn't huge. Like, these are things that are manageable for Ed. But
all we got was the mushroom, Jesse.
That's a thing.
All right, chat. What's on the mushroom? I I'm not sure why we didn't.
You never know.
Okay.
Comfort level with different tricks is always one of those things.
That's fair. Well, and I guess I don't know like what is on the whirlpool screens. Like I didn't pay very close attention to that. There's our flute.
Okay.
So we'll be able to tell here pretty relatively quickly, what is our medallion situation for one. For two, are we in potential ice rod mode? Please tell me that my Endium got the shroom.
Okay. I gotta think he did, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay.
He's got it. I just checked his personal tracker. He's got it.
I was gonna have a moment like, oh no. That's you don't skip it. Alright. Saba with this flute active on his way to the mire area. Oh, Jesse! It's Quake!
It's fine.
Quake!
Right here, Quake.
I mean, it's your favorite boomerang.
It's gonna be here. Like it's gonna be here. It's gonna be checkerboard. It's gonna be desert. It's here. It's available.
Something. It's gotta be Quake. Okay, sorry.
I'm glad you apologized for that. That was just terrible. You're better than this, Leo.
Such a jerk. Yeah, I can't wait for them to not pull Quake, but to pull flippers. Oh, that's a spike. Alright, we should probably...
Have we seen Zora?
Yes, I think GFE did Zora earlier?
Yeah, I think he was just here. Yeah, I don't think he had the money.
Oh,
Well, it doesn't matter.
Sure doesn't. Hello, chomps. I like how I shrieked at the chomp running at Sabo as if I was the one playing. No, it's not. I can't, dude. Okay. So, we've got GFE going through Turtle Rock to not only get his crystal, but to get his mushroom for his flute. We've got synced up flute activations on Ed was supposed to carry us side, and we are hunting whatever desert has to give to us.
Yeah, we got 4 crystals now from Maddie, 5 crystals from my NDM, 4 crystals for GFE, and 3 for Sabo. I
am a little surprised to see both of them rushing mire area like this.
They don't have anything else.
Well, no, what I would think is you have Myendium do this, you have Maddie do Skull Woods cleanup, and P.S. Remember what I said about the flippers?
I see. I like the idea that they're splitting these checks of item caves at least.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're gonna both go to the same area, you split the item caves. Like, that's a guarantee. And it does look like after doing that, that's exactly what Maddie's gonna go back and do. He's gonna go and do Skullwood's cleanup here. Maybe he does, as his teammate Garrison suggests, go ahead and takes the flute that he has now and takes care of Purple Chest. You know, because they do still have a sword disadvantage now. Funny how that advantage situation did a nice swappy-doo.
I mean, I'll still say I like the position that Ed was in better. Like, I think this sword is unfortunate, and I'm glad they're going to clean it up, but I still like their overall position.
No, I do too. I agree.
Unfortunately, Sabo is behind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not wrong, because he still has both Thieves and Skullwoods. Now, the good thing is both of those dungeons are boss rush, right? Like, it's not anything crazy. Maddie pulls his Master Sword from the purple chest, gives that information to Myendium. I could very easily see Myendium doing a purple chest into swamp situation here. Go for it.
I feel like once you get that information about the flippers, yeah, you bail.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm glad you said it.
No. This was smart on their part. The one thing they had not done was the rest of Eastern. I don't like the return because I think Myendium left Eastern and Maddie only got the silvers as well. Like, I think you reserved yourself to saying it didn't matter. But at that point in time, like...
Yeah, no, I think...
I'm glad he at least recognizes that, like, okay, there's the flippers, there's our next action.
Right. I am going to throw out here, Maddie only did purple chest, right? He did not do Skull Woods while he was there.
No, he still has not. And really, realistically, like, Skull is its
It's
own
a quick
thing.
one. Yeah.
No, it's just its own dungeon. It doesn't... You don't pick it up with anything else.
No, I agree. But it was one of those, like, if you're fluting back there, like, use the time to clean up a little bit to give Myendium time. Did I miss what happened to GFE?
GFE forgot to turn in his mushroom.
Oh, shoot, dude.
And he tried activating a shovel.
Spoiler alert. It doesn't quite work that way.
Nope. Sorry, folks.
Okay. So, this is what I thought. What GFE is doing is what I thought, would be the quickest way over here. You know, we saw Sabo run earlier. And there's, you know, it's a little time loss, but it's not, no, it's safe, right? Okay, so with Sabo having done desert, this looks like it's going to be some cleanup time for Sabo. GFE is going to go ahead, go grab his flippers after activating the flute. Very likely, you know, beat desert while he's there, but I could easily see him just putting off the boss of desert until later, getting those flippers in the big key, and then rushing either swamp or ice to try and find their go mode at this point, to find Quake.
I do wonder if Sabo is going to clean up the back of Thieves, though.
Oh, that's right, because GFE didn't get to earlier. You're so right.
We'll see how aggressive they are, given some of the earlier stuff. Yeah, and he's going for the back of Thieves.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Sabo is going to the back.
Yeah, no,
Or not.
Maybe decided I'm gonna take care of the boss first, or... Oh, wait, no,
He didn't get the small key? He despawned? No, I thought he got the key.
No, the door is open.
The small key's in the back, right?
The last small key, yeah. I think so.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was just kind of figuring out what...
I think it's in the cell.
That's what I thought, but it looks like Sabo was routing as if he didn't get it.
I honestly think like that there was just a moment there, like that.
And that's
that
one of those
seems like it
things
was
is
just
that
a moment.
I wonder if the fact that it happened to GFE kind of put the idea in Sabo's head. Like, did I get the key kind of moment? Like, that is one of those things is like, you don't expect it to happen, but Randomizer plays a lot of tricks on the mind and can despawn things. And I'm wondering if the fact that it happened to GFE put that idea in Sabo's head, where he was just like, maybe I didn't get the key and he just forgot.
Right. I am gonna throw out there that one little Randomizer quirk. You don't have to in Thieves Town. You don't have to blow up that attic. It's not necessary. Yeah.
By the way, we do have a division over on Ed's side. We've got the Swamp versus Ice right now, with Maddie in Swamp and Mayan Diem in Ice Palace.
Yeah, this is the way that you need to split with the flippers, right? Like, this is what you got to do.
Yeah, one of these is right. We think.
I mean, we assume?
We do.
I didn't. Okay, so yeah, the small key was in the cell. I have questions.
Hey, there's an ice rod.
Okay, so I mean, I feel like regardless of if Quake Medallion is in Swamp here, I feel like you gotta go to Atrium of Ice to get that ice rod as a just in case, right?
I could see Matty skipping it if he finds Quake here and playing the gamble.
I don't know. That I like that.
I don't love it, but there's definitely going to be a rationale to say I don't care.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you on that. I do think that when you haven't seen a Trinex yet, because we haven't, right? I feel like you gotta believe at this point that there's going to be, a Trinex in GT. And if it's Ice Trinex and you get an early big key, great. If it's on the climb, you're boned. Like, you have to. I feel like you just have to do it. I feel like it's the safe play to make, and getting the Atrium with Icebreaker is not that bad.
No, but this does raise the other question of who finds this Quake Medallion, and if we find that, Underachievers ends up in Swamp first, and finds Quake first, do they get Ice Rod?
Yeah. Well, and I would hope that they're at the point after this Skullwoods cleanup, like, that they're going to split how we've seen Ed split.
But GFE is heading to Ice Palace, so...
Wait. What happened here? Did we drop in and not have a small key to get out on Underachiever's side? We can float!
Sabo had an accidental fall. Unfortunate.
Got you. I feel like, okay, there's definitely some tilt, some fluster going on. This is one of those moments where, like, you just gotta, like, tell each other, like, just breathe, right? Like, take a moment, breathe, shake it off. We got this. You know, just believe, right? Like, it never feels good.
And this is my NDM's return to Eastern.
Why is... Oh, okay. I must have missed what enemy was there at Diver Down for Maddie to know about.
No, he would have gone for it if he could. Oh, that's the green pennant turn, and my apologies. That was the rush for that. He's going to continue to Eastern.
Yeah, which I don't blame him for this. You know, this is a good decision, in my opinion. You finished off ice. Maddie is still doing swamp things. If you get the information that Quake is in swamp, then you bail, you go there.
I mean, I hate to say it. Are we heading towards PED?
I mean...
We're running out, Leo. Nope, there we go.
We're sure not. Reset. Bye. Alright, so at 1 hour 50... or 1 hour 5 minutes and 30-ish seconds, Norsk Maddie of Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us has entered go mode, and is, as you suggested, saying nope to that ice rod. Now, fun little thing here. I think, wait, actually, I am not certain about this. Can we have Trinex in? Okay, I thought so.
Trinex is a Meyer boss. Trinex could be in any of our remaining bosses. Meyer, Ice Trinex, and Landmo 2 are all three potentials. What we can say is, I don't know if we saw the boss for Swamp. Did we?
I don't recall seeing it.
I'm sure chat's about to correct me if we did see the compass in Swamp Palace, but I did not pick it up myself to see. So
yeah. No, kind of a lot to pay attention to in a good way, you know. There's a lot going on. I feel like it's eagerly awaiting, you know, what are we gonna find. I will say, my Endium is getting this purple chest sword into Swamp.
It makes a ton of sense from his position. He needs that sword right now, and he's going to Swamp.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, this is the time to get it, right? This is absolutely the time to get it. You don't have the guarantee that you're going to get another sword, and if there's another time that you're going to get it, like, it would be way out of your way afterwards. So this is the time. GFE finishing off Ice Palace, got his ice rod and his nothing else here. Maddie, meanwhile, still hunting down that big key in Meyer.
By the way, chat, I couldn't care less about pet or not. We're runners as well, and, you know, I wouldn't want to deal with that kind of stuff either.
Wait, we are?
Yes, we are, Leo.
Oh.
When did you stop being a runner? You retired?
I mean, running
team
is
meeting?
cardio, and cardio is hard.
Emergency team meeting.
Okay. I just pilot instead. I just do a Yoda, sit on your backs, and let you guys carry me. Anywho.
We're going through my
This is why Jesse is this is why Jesse is dying. Too much carrying of me. Anyway, there's our big key. To say, Maddie, did you have a moment, or what? It was this.
I mean, the thought of maybe getting another sword in Meyer isn't terrible. He cleared most of Swamp.
I think the big thing is we still don't know what our Meyer boss is, and we don't have an ice rod still. I am still like You know?
Here's the thing, like, do you see Sabo going for it? Like, Sabo's in Swamp. He's going to get Quake Medallion. I feel like he's going to make the same call Maddie did. I don't think he makes up time on Maddie.
No, I don't necessarily...
Of course, he does have the crystal advantage over Maddie.
Oh, that's right. Maddie hasn't done Skull Woods. Maddie, please! I have a hard time trying to even figure out what each of them are going to do, because my brain literally says I would have gotten this ice rod before coming to Mire. But that's just me. Like, I would rather be safe than sorry. And I know that's not necessarily the correct answer. I don't know, man.
Well, it doesn't matter. Our boss here in Mire is Lanmolis.
Yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong, that does pretty much guarantee that there is a Trinex in GT, yes?
Unless there's one in Swamp.
Which, I mean, GFE is going to get this big key first. It's blind. So there's a GT Trinex.
Yeah, there's gonna be one. Here we go. Maddie, what are you doing? I mean, you gotta beat Skull. Are you getting Ice Rod?
He is. Okay.
Okay. Well, and here's the thing. It's a gamble at this point. Like, you could have a nice Trinex and the big key not behind it.
Right. But man, like, I just... Okay, and see, that's just it. Like, I'm with, you know, Alizen and Gilgamesh here. Like, why are we getting, like, I would have gotten this ice rod before. That's, like, I get it. I understand, but I also don't like it.
No, like, the only logic I can think of, and I'm not a fan of this, like, if I'm Maddie, maybe his thought was, let me at least find the big key for my NDM. And if that's what he was thinking, like, I don't think it's the right call.
No,
like, I understand the thought.
thing.
I understand why he might have thought to do that. I just disagree with doing it that way.
Right. Okay, so we've got GFE in... Maddie, please. We've got GFE in Mire going to be able to get Sabo that info as the door eats Sabo, because Swamp is also a broken dungeon, like pretty much every dungeon in this game. Maddie gets his ice rod and is out.
Just has to remember to go up to Skull Woods.
The 30-year-old game is doing its best. It's trying real hard.
Okay, and it looks like Sabo is also going to get his ice rod. He's getting it before, though.
I like this decision. Like, I think this is the right play. There's a bottle with a blue goo here at Hobo that Maddie is going to get real quick. You know, free goo, you take it, and then Maddie's got a flute to 3 and finish off the sad Moldorm in Skull Woods.
I will say my NDM's got a little bit of a lead right now over both members of the Underachievers. Maddie's probably right about in line with both of them. Or he's probably right about in line with GFE right now. Sabo is a little bit behind. Getting this ice rod, like, it makes sense why he's getting it. It is time he's having to make up. Luckily, GFE will give him a very efficient mire.
Yeah, he'll be able to know right from the get-go exactly where that big key is.
The only unfortunate part is GFE is gonna pretty much roughly last locate his big key here. Only chest he's not gonna do is cutscene. The decision for victory in the co-op modes is average time. So it's not first pair to finish. We will go off of averages.
Yeah, so it could very easily, come down to a situation where, math has to happen, but we'll cross that road when we get there. Until then, we're just gonna keep on watching this race, and I like before going to Mire, I like Sabo going ahead and getting a safety goo. You might as well get it then. Like, yeah.
Yep. Nope. That's the time to do it.
Pardon me.
And I mean, realistically, this is going to be a rough GT. We know that a Trinex is here.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's just it, because it's not...
But that is crystal number 7 for Maddie. So Maddie's actually a little bit ahead of GFE, unfortunately, based on that Mire route, it looks like. I'm surprised he did not go for torches sooner than the, what is that, the map chest?
On the right side?
Yeah, the one
chest?
right next to the big,
Oh,
yeah,
map.
that one.
That's map. I mean, okay, just get a quick kill there. Nice.
Yeah, and good kill from GFE, but MyNDM is opening up GT at this point.
Oh, hey, you got about 10 seconds to guess numbers if you feel like guessing numbers, chat. Big key of the GT variety, 22 checks.
And it's not going to be 22, folks, because Maddie's right behind him. Come on.
I, for one, enjoy that there is a tempered sword on the torch.
That is a very nice tempered sword.
Yeah, that is. I was gonna say, I really hope that Allison is okay right now. There's a lot of numbers in chat.
This will probably be a DM route from MyNDM. He has no reason to really continue with this left side play. Just given the fact that, yeah, Maddie's right behind him. Maddie will do the full left. MyNDM will do the Dark Magician here. But it is also not Hope Room.
Okay, so I have to imagine Maddie in this point is going to just go full left, yes?
Yes, very much so. This is, they're going to cover the most ground possible this way. This is the best route for the two of them. Whew, close on that bomb.
That was a very
That's not
scary, fun. That was a very scary wall master, dude.
The defense by that shadow, by the way.
What?
It ate that whole block by itself.
No kidding. Alright, both of them getting their tempered sword. GFE entering GT here. Going to do DM as well.
The compass room having butter, folks.
Well?
Yeah.
Maddie's not getting that.
Very unlikely.
Also, yeah, really quick, 2 swords in GT. That's icky.
My DM doesn't want to do Ice Boss. Let's just put it that way.
I get it, but you got a butter sword. Like, I
feel like we're gonna get a Leo going. Listen, boo.
No, I mean,
It's my DM. He is a friend.
I'm just gonna say, like, I'm gonna be that kid and be like, what? Why? Look, you don't even have a Burna. It's not in logic. Heck, W.
Maddie heading into the rando room, though. And at this point, my DM's just following Maddie. Hey, nice powder. Nice blue cane, and there's the big key.
Okay. So we had. I wasn't even counting, but yeah, now it's definitely in logic.
Matter.
Huh?
My DM was the first one in, and he wasn't even the first one to find it.
Oh yeah.
My DM did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 is there for him.
So 14?
Could if he gets it first chest.
Yeah. Alright, so we don't have to worry about an ice try next, but if you are chat, you are hoping for, from what I can see, try next at Landmo 2.
And my DM just opened the whole room. I mean, you got Burna, you get powder, why not?
You might as well. What does it hurt?
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if that Lambo 2 was our Trinex, because at this rate, like, that whole discussion about gambling it, like, it could have worked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very, very intrigued here to see what we got. Cause man. Let's see. I don't think I'm trying to not like die here. Yeah, all 4 of our runners did end up getting Ice Rod. GFE pulling the big key for Underachievers is now on his way into the climb, is behind my Indium a little bit, and Maddie, having found the big key first, is leading the gauntlet here. And honestly, Maddie, okay. I was gonna say, Maddie, please. Maddie is just saying, you know what, I have half magic, we're just gonna use this nice pretty gold coin, and it's gonna make things go boom. And it is
Folks,
not...
I think we dodged a nice Trinex.
Man. Well, yeah, we dodged a nice Trinex because the big key wasn't behind it, but... Yeah,
Folks,
no.
we could have skipped Ice Rod.
we could have skipped Ice Rod. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, no, literally the only place Trinex can be at this point is on ice, so sorry, chat. I feel like both of us just really need to, like, friggin' take a NyQuil or something. Goodness gracious. Alright.
To answer the question in chat, yes, this is Honkai Star Rail.
Indeed.
I didn't know that, but we had some help knowing getting that information in from the race time room. So yes.
Yeah. Did I... On my Endgame side, did Argus jump off and then...
Yes, he can do that.
And that's just all it was. It was kind of like what
generally you only have to. Yeah. Generally, you only have to kill the puffs.
Cool. I love this game. This game is fantastic.
GFE with the knowledge there, you do not need to kill the flying enemies.
Nope. Flying enemies are not considered enemies for room kill purposes. It's kind of nice.
Oh, and Maddie taking that fall to the moth.
Yeah? Maddie, please? Like, I want to giggle a little bit because, like, Moth outside of his arena is not typically a concern. Maddie, please! Why?
You gotta have the fun.
Why?
Because you're racing your teammate and you want to... Yep.
Okay, so literally, he's racing his teammate up, like, I get it, but also... Why? Like, you don't know where your opponents are, dude! Like, that's scary! What a meme! Oh my god.
Leo, we needed the blessings.
I'm sorry, Pod was a crystal this seed, so I can't help you there.
Meanwhile, Maddie has taken down Aga2. My NDM not far behind with his Aga2 kill. GFE also right behind. We've got 3 people killing off that Aga2. Maddie, the only one of those 3 without a gold sword, but I think he's in good shape here.
He has a gold shield. Why would he need a gold sword? Alright, this is a fun... This is a very, very, like, fun situation with these 3 runners. Excuse me. I have to giggle about, like, just how close this is, right? Between, like, our 3 runners that are on Ganon / dropping into Ganon. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, my NDM and GFE having the easy 1-on-1 here with the gold sword. Maddie, unfortunately, missing it, but did get that 1 cycle for phase 2. So he's just ahead of my NDM here. They are getting the great warps.
Yeah, and...
There's the triple for Maddie to kill his Ganon. My NDM going for his kill as well with a double to finish it off.
Get your GGs
meanwhile
in chat.
into
Sorry, go ahead.
his phase 4 just about.
Yeah. And crossing the bridge, finishing with a 128.26 is Norsk Maddie, followed immediately with a 128.31 by his teammate, my NDM. Ed was supposed to carry us, taking this game 3 and earning themselves a promotion to the Invitational League next season. So congratulations to them, and sword is up on GFE's side for Underachievers. He is going to be crossing that bridge and finishing only 27 seconds behind my NDM with a 128.58. So GG's there. Sabotender's going to finish off his Agatu and his Ganon. And we will go ahead and invite... I want to say we'll invite our guys up. You know, talking a lot really induces coughs. Anyway, we are gonna actually hold off before we get everybody in here. We're gonna get everybody in here at the same time. We're gonna go ahead and hold off so that Sabotender can finish off his Ganon fight. He is dropped in now.
By the way, we didn't mention it. There was a race going on SG2 that we did get a raid from. I will not spoil the outcome of that race. I will say watch it back. Well worth it. It is the other Crystal Conference semi-final. It was game 2. So, and it was the great pilot spoiler mode. So I do recommend watching that race back. If you missed this one today, that one today, watching us here for this game 3. So, because that series also decides who is getting an invitational spot next season. So,
and correct me if I'm wrong, that matchup is between Crystal Roller Crew and oh gosh, I'm terrible with the name. I know who's on the team. Say again?
Uncle Routers.
Uncle Routers. It's like, I know who's on the team. I know that it's Orange Bread and Hitman. I just don't remember the team name. I had a goof, dude. Uncle Routers. So, yeah, no, that's another matchup that is just insane.
Yeah, so if you missed that game tonight to join us here, I will say we personally appreciate you joining us. But do watch that race back. Well worth your time. I will say I saw the finish times, and it is a close one. And that's got to be a nail biter in pilot spoiler.
And with that, get your GGs in chat for Sabotender finishing off this race with a 131.45. GGs to all 4 of our runners. We'll ideally get everybody in here shortly. Man, what a race, man.
I will say, just to have a little fun, GFE put a comment in the race room about his mushroom activation didn't go great. But I will say we are joined by Mayan DM, Norsk Matty, GFE, and Sabotender. GG's, guys.
GG's.
Hey, good game, everybody.
Yeah.
Congrats to not having to be carried by Ed. Who needs Ed?
We don't need Ed, apparently.
Exactly. Just go kick him back down here. How about that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, guys, we were just talking about the strength of the teams that you guys have faced to get to this point. And then on top of it, like this had to have been a nerve-wracking situation for you guys. Game 3 on the promotion series, right? Underachievers, you guys having, this is trying to like get back up and get back in, right? Which is nerve-wracking there, right? And then Ed was supposed to carry us, horse team. You guys trying to kind of prove yourself to get in, and I had kind of neglected to mention before, y'all's teammate Garrison having basically gotten to this point in multiple seasons, and then gotten basically stopped, right?
Garrison has definitely had the bridesmaid syndrome when it comes to making it to Invitational. He's been stopped just short, essentially since Open League existed.
Wow. Right.
I think this is the 4th playoffs in a row for Garrison.
Yes.
I don't know if every one of them were coming down to the last game for Invitational, but there's been for him. I'm sure he's quite excited to finally get.
Yeah. One of Garrison's claims to fame had been he had been in every Open playoffs since Open League was a thing.
Yeah.
So big shout outs to Garrison here. Has been part of numerous teams over these 4 seasons in the Open League, and big steps, big shout outs to Ed was supposed to carry us as being the team that is going to move on here to the conference finals.
Yeah, that's so exciting for you guys. Yeah, GG's for sure.
Oh, yeah, GG's good. I mean, I know that like there can only be so many teams that go up, and it's there are a lot more teams, including yours, that would be worthy of going back up. So I mean,
We'll show you. We'll show you next time.
Yeah. I hope you guys come back. I know you're like the OG team, so
we are one of the OGs. Yeah.
Yeah.
OG. Yeah.
And not
Garrison's
just like
the only one who kept me anywhere close to P-Train. I'm going to put that one all on him because I think everybody in the rando community knows I'm not keeping up with P-Train under normal circumstances.
Yeah, right.
Give yourself some credit, dude.
Mm.
I mean, and I'm gonna just straight say it, like, give yourself more credit, my Indian, because you, like, and I know a big part of it is, Maddie and Garrison have really, like, kind of putting you into the grind a bit, right? Like, but I'll straight up say, like, you have, I mentioned it earlier, like, it's been phenomenal watching this team grow, and it's just been, like, it's been so cool to see you guys playing together as much as you have, and you really are not, like, I feel like you probably, like, mentally think that you're, like, miles behind, but you're really not.
I have played so much rando in the past, 4 or 5 months. It's this is a ton more rando than I normally play. I am the epitome of not the sweaty tryhard. I am the filthy casual of this team. But when your teammates are on every night and they say, "Hey, let's play the game," you say, "All right, well, let's play the game." It's not like I was going to do anything else necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I think every night for the past month, 2 more, I've seen some combination of Ed was supposed to carry us in a voice call, running something. So, the work shows, and it is definitely paying off here at the right time.
Yeah, it's not all league. We did a lot of league practice, but it wasn't all. We did some other stuff to kind of not just do league stuff all the time. But yeah,
learn SM speedrun so that you can SMZ3.
no, it was still Link to the Past. It was different Link to the Past modes.
Yeah,
multi-worlds and casual things like that.
To kind of get back to the point at hand here, I do want to bring up at least one thing in this race. How about that ice rod, folks? Was anybody skipping?
I mean, it's honestly a stupid play to skip.
I don't disagree with you, GFE. I get it.
I agree.
Maddie and I were talking about the math and what bosses we hadn't seen yet. And it's like, okay, well, we've got the Moth, we've got Argus, and we've got Trinex. And the Moth is going to have to be at the top because the other 2 are not valid placements. So it's a 50-50 shot. We're not gambling a 50-50 shot. You go get the stinking ice rod.
Like in our case,
go ahead.
We didn't even know the Meyer boss yet, so
the one thing
possibility.
The one thing I got super lucky on and regret is that since I was going to get the ice rod, I should have gotten it before I went to Meyer, not after, because I went into Meyer and it was like, wow, yes. I'm so stupid because like there's a pretty good chance that there's a Trenix here, and I didn't even find a compass, so I was running all the way.
Yeah, the compass
was on the boss.
Yep,
so
it was.
I just went down there and I was like, this better not be a Trinex.
We thought you were just like playing for the big key and hoping like, if I have to leave, at least I can tell my NDM where it is. Like we thought there might have been some big brain play here, and we were like, we disagree, but maybe this is the play.
Oh no, only smooth brain plays here. Like,
I caught on to the way that Randomizer works for Maddie and I. we forget about very obvious things sometimes.
Like, hook shots on Aga.
Like, I'm forgetting that
like
Argus
the
even exists.
fact that Argus exists. I know where the hook shot was. It wasn't like we had forgotten where the hook shot was in that game. We had just neglected the fact that there was a boss that existed in the game. That's all.
I mean, why does Argus exist? I mean, really.
I mean, good
It's only
point. Good
got
point.
one eye. That's not enough.
Yeah. It almost didn't exist in this one until the very
Yeah.
last possible point.
Yeah.
I gotta say, part of me is like, I need to focus on interview, but I'm also very much engrossed in this Tetris gameplay. Anyway, I gotta say, so GFE and Sabo, unfortunately, this is the, you know, the end of the Open League run for you guys. What are your thoughts, you know, being done now? Like, what are your thoughts moving forward into the off season?
Wait, there's an off season in Rando?
Heck,
No,
I
there's
I'm
know.
not aware of that.
I know.
Yeah, no, I
It's-
mean all the other tournaments are starting up, so you know
This is
there's
true.
plenty of them.
okay,
I think,
okay.
yeah, we got co-op cross
A
keys
non-league
coming up.
season.
and-
there was-
Isn't there an Randomizer tournament starting too?
Yep.
I was gonna say, if anybody's gonna know this one, I'm just gonna lean in GFE.
Shout outs to Homewrecker, my first opponent.
Nice.
Yo.
I mean, we can't feel like, you know, too bad about how, you know, it's definitely, you know, a little bit disappointing to fall just short of the you know, cutoff to be moving on up to invitational. But
Right.
you know, every round that we've had in the playoffs, or just us being in playoffs in any capacity, has been you know, a step forward for us. So
Yeah, you didn't miss it
and-
this year.
yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
And you know, like every you know, round we've had in the playoffs here has been like, you know, really hard fought, and it just shows that this community is so deep, and there's wonderful runners, you know, invitational, open, just running on their own, and so, you know, there's just no shame in losing at this point. You know, we've you know, come up against a really tough team here, and you know, really happy to see them move on. So yeah, a little bit disappointed, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, we got as close as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
got through one game 3 a couple weeks back to keep the dream alive, and then got this chance for the game 3 that Sabo and P-Train gave us, and it just didn't work out. Sabo was the true carrier for us in playoffs, at least. P-Train and I couldn't get a win together. We kept doing the retrants, and like every retrant seed we practiced was complete trash, full clear, which is exactly what we wanted. And the 2 times we played it in playoffs, it was like ultra jet seeds that we just
Right.
didn't hit it. So, I mean,
That's
that's random.
always like, that's such a rough feeling too, of like everything seems to be going well in practice, and then you get to the game itself, like, and it just can't seem to click. Like, it always feels so freaking bad, dude.
I mean, yeah, you get to the match and you go try to activate a mushroom, and you try to open the desert big chest without the big key somehow. I still don't know how I didn't open the other chest, but anyway, I got to go back and watch that.
And it's been
I-
something of the joke for our team ever since Garrison and I teamed up for the mini multi-mystery tournament, was that we're supposed to play bad in practice because that ensures good play in the games. And then Maddie and I were having really good Randomizer practices. It's like, this is not a good sign for us. And then finally, 2 days ago, we had one that was just, we were up against the wall. We thought it was a jet, and then it wasn't. There was an ice Trinex, and horrible things happened. And we got done and we said, all right, that was a terrible seed, but somehow I feel better about our chances all of a sudden.
I can
Weird.
say that I
That's
think
exactly
we
what
feel
we-
very similarly. Like, if we have a terrible practice going into a match, like, there's just something about, like, I don't know if it's like a mental thing or
It
what
can't
it
get
is.
worse.
Yeah, exactly. It can't get worse. Like, that
And you
was
two are
terrible.
musicians. You understand the whole concept of having a bad lead up to the performance, having your getting all of the bad out beforehand.
Oh yeah, that's. It's just
It's a
like-
thing.
It really is a thing. Like, thinking about all the drama performances that I had with the kids and how, like, the week of the show, the rehearsals were always just terrible. And then, like, you have to, like, mentally tell yourself, like, it's gonna work out in the end. It's gonna work out in the end. It's gonna be fine. And then it does. But God, it's terrifying until then. Anyway, we're kind of digressing here.
Oh,
Maddie.
man. I just noticed something.
Yeah, what's up?
Neither of them got to experience the room in the back of Eastern.
Nope.
Oh, that was
No,
kind of a
they
funny
didn't.
story, actually.
Uh-oh. Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so I went in there early, right? Because we still hadn't found the pearl, and I said, you know what? The rest of this is not in logic. Right around the time that Maddie found the pearl, I'm just gonna bail. Let's go do logical things. And then there were 2 different times, not one, but 2 different times where we tried to go back and do some more Eastern, and every time, right before we got there, the other one found progression somewhere, and we got to dodge it.
Yeah, no, that did
room
happen.
was fun.
It's not that we didn't try to get there, it's just we always found something better to do at the end of the day.
I mean,
I have to say, GFE, your handling of that room
Oh
without
yeah,
the
that room went perfect. Like I was
beautiful.
I was so
Yeah.
happy, but it scared me to death as soon as I entered.
No, and I will say, like, that's something that we commented on more than once, was just, you know, I feel like, okay, how do I want to say this? There's a little bit of, like, a synonymity, I don't know, between, like, Randomizer and GFE, right? Like, I feel like it's well known within the community that, like, you are an Randomizer fan.
Go for Randomizer.
And it was very, very interesting to watch you do some of these rooms, like especially the Eastern one, but quite a few others where, you know, there's a lot of us that will like grind out a room and it's different RNGs to be like, hey, you know, I feel comfortable with doing a room in this situation. And you have that, but you also are so like not afraid to just read the room as quickly as you need to and just execute through the chaos so freaking well.
Well,
And
Thievestown didn't go that well today.
well, we don't talk about Thievestown. You were swordless. You were doing what you could.
Yeah,
do.
yeah, my
Like,
36-minute sword off Uncle. Yeah, fantastic. Good times.
Oh,
Actually, one thing about Thievestown, I don't know if I assume they probably experienced this, but I don't know. I tried to explain to Sabo how to not despawn the key, but sounded like it happened anyway.
I definitely discussed that with Maddie when I was going to the back of Desert. Back of Desert. Because I got a lot of spawn. That you went into the first room up there and it was 3 Henoxes and 2 Ropas, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
said, yeah, I'm just dropping the bombos on this. And the result of that was basically everybody dropped an item.
Yeah, there before the Thievestown boss room, you could hear one of those balloon enemies explode in the room next to it. When I picked up the bot, I was like, "Yep." And so I told Sabo, try to kill a few things first, but I don't know if it was too late or just didn't work out.
Well,
Still been
I think what happened for me is as you were describing that, the bomb enemy did go off, but I already had the key, and then I opened the door, and then I was like, oh yeah, my key did despawn. Well, it was because I used it.
okay. We were having that moment when we were watching that. Like, wait, but he opened the door. What is?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Was the small key in the front of Thievestown and we just
No.
then like Sabo did lose it? Oh, we don't think so.
Yeah, so I doubled back, and I was like, wait a minute, wait, no, I just opened the door. Yeah, so that was that moment for me, for sure. That was great.
Oh man, but guys, like this was really fun to watch. I know it was just, you know, Randomizer's just chaos, but it was such a good race. And again, you know, you guys, all 4 of y'all, or I should say both of your teams, have not had like an easy run to get here. You know, it's Crystal Conference is loaded. And you guys have
and
been
it's not
really
going to
rocking
get
it.
easier if you've looked at the other two teams that are trying to come through on this side. I understand that they're going to a game 3.
Oh, are they? Okay, I didn't know how that went.
Oh, I was gonna say we had seen the raid from them about an hour or so in, and
As you would expect, because
we,
they were private spoiling.
we were like, we're not gonna say too much yet, but apparently it was close enough that it's worth a watch. And I guess now we do know that there's a game 3 incoming between those two teams, which man, if you
Honestly,
want to
you
watch
wouldn't
some
expect
crazy,
anything less at this point, would you?
No.
no, and honestly, like if a team 2-0'd at this point, I would be more surprised at that. Like that's just the level of quality of runners that we have here. It's wild, dude.
You just got to flip a coin and get heads twice in a row, basically. That's what it comes to at this point.
It's a lot of that, yeah. It's because it's going to be pretty even. It's going to be good teams and good players, and
Yep.
Oh yeah. So Garrison calling you out, by the way, Maddie, and I did not realize this, and I had to go to the league website to confirm this. Bro, you're 11-0.
Yeah, talk about lucky. Like,
Just flip a coin 11 times and get heads every time. Dear Lord. Like, man, that's wild, dude.
That's really awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's nice. I mean, what can I say? I feel very fortunate. Like, there's probably some times where I definitely could have taken a loss or more than one, but I mean, Rando's been good to me this season. That's
Nice.
all I can say.
Keep it up, dude. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to lose, so I want to keep it going.
Keep it up, and you might just be the team that wins the entire Open League. Who knows?
Yeah. Making the Invitational was the goal, but it's not over. So we got a couple more series possibly to go.
I mean, now that you defeated us, you kind of have to win it all, or I'll be sad.
Okay, I'll do it for you, GFP.
Thank you. Just pick Randomizer every time. So at least I have something
we've been doing that a lot.
Yeah, Maddie Kazden specifically requesting that you continue to bring that luck with to co-op cross keys.
Oh, yes, I will. I don't know if it's going to transfer as well.
I don't know if luck applies in co-op cross.
Cross keys is kind of its own special thing.
Yeah.
I will say, to keep it with the league thought, and I feel like Jesse, you can confirm this feeling or not, but I feel like when you get to that point where you get your goal of promotion, like, yeah, the last matches matter, but there's such a release of the stress, because now it's like, all right, well, now it's just play for fun. You might win the thing, you might not. Like, yay.
Wait, I'm supposed to pretend to be stressed here? Hold on. I have to put my makeup on for that.
Unless you're my Endium and you're like the coolest cat in Rando because you're just more chill than the Antarctic. I don't know. But Jesse, I feel like I'm just talking and rambling.
I really don't have anything else left at this point. This has been a great long interview, but I'm kind of like...
Jesse's done.
Jesse just wants to go to bed.
I've been up all week.
Yes, you need some.
Yeah. Man, we have missed Jesse because he has not been in chat. He's been in recovery mode. So let's wrap this up here. Big shout outs again to our forerunners, GFE and Sabotender of Underachievers, as well as my Indium and Norsk Maddie of Ed Was Supposed to Carry Us. definitely go give them a follow, as well as their respective teammates, P Train and W Garrison. Shout outs again to our awesome trackers, Relkin and Variety. Keeping up with that much is amazing, so we couldn't do it without trackers. And go follow Jesse, aka Radical Sniper. He streams. Even when he's sick, he usually streams. And he's pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. But yeah, Jesse, thanks for even though like you're still like halfway dying / dead, like thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us here at Speed Gaming tonight. As we said, or as we spoiled, there is going to be that game 3 on the other series. So do try to keep your eye out for that on the schedule. The other 2 conference semis have been settled already. So we will see a conference final starting up there as well. So we are nearing the end of the Open League playoffs, and we do have the finals matchup for the Invitational as well. So, but with that, have a great night, everybody. Hope to see you for the next race, and good night.
Good night, all.